Edgar Foy was a Sacred Heart old boy.
He went to school at the original site in Ponsonby, Auckland. Later, he met Father Delagi and together they founded the Catholic Youth Movement.
He just loves school, loves sport.
What was Edgar's favourite subject?
Oh, mathematics in the end. Arithmetic initially. He was a clever boy, academically. He went into the army at 20 for a year, and then he transferred to the Air Force, so he was overseas at 21.
He joined the RNZAF as a navigator and travelled from New Zealand across the world and was based in Europe. There, he flew Bristol Beaufighters in World War II.
Beaufighters was quite exciting to us at home, we thought it was so clever.
On April 14th, 1945, Pilot Officer Foy was involved in an airstrike in Jossingford, Norway.
His brother was in the Air Force too, but he was with Lancaster's John. So Edgar was to meet John this night. They were catching up for the first time for months or years. And Edgar didn't return from the project they set out to. They had to go over Norway and get under the cliffs to get the German U-boats out.
This photo shows the point of impact when his plane crashed into another aircraft. Edgar and pilot officer Jack Brightwell lost their lives.
They saw them crash and they couldn't stay around because the Germans, although they'd got the U-boats, the Germans were there. So they went back to base and they sent a Warwick out, who was a search plane, and they never did see them again.
This is how Jossingford looks today. A memorial plaque has been made to commemorate Edgar and the others who died there.
For the unveiling, I went with my son Edgar and his wife, and they treated us like royalty. We stayed in the Solo Air Force Base in Stavanger and went out in a bus, and they picked up the mayors and mayoresses from all the different areas, and they all went out there with a band, and they showed us this plaque and this beautiful, beautiful area of Jossingford. And the band played, and they had a couple of hymns, and we found out that day that in the summer, every morning and every night, someone goes out and puts the flag up and brings the flag down in memory of those 4 boys, which was quite amazing. So when it was all over and the band stopped playing, the man in charge of it all came and said to me, "How do you feel now, Mary?" So of course, what did I do? I burst into tears and said, "Fancy you people going to all this trouble all these years after." And he said, "Without those boys, we wouldn't have a country today." And that's how Norway think of us. And any family member that can still go over all these 60 years later, they treat them, as I said, like royalty. It was amazing.
Here we are at the Auckland Museum, visiting Edgar Foy in body and soul.
Edgar Foy received 5 medals for his bravery: the 1939 Star, the Atlantic Star, the Defence War Medal, the War Medal of 1939, and the New Zealand War Medal. He is acknowledged along with other New Zealanders who gave their lives in the Second World War.
We pay tribute to you, Edgar Foy, a man of courage. This is Mitchell Butler reporting for KWN Live. we've got Ben Casey on our show, and what do you think of Sacred Heart College?
It's good. Really good school.
Yeah. So, how do you like your teacher?
He's good. He's real good. It's good.
And what's your favourite subject?
Not English. This is Christian Keller reporting for KWN. Live. Yeah. Patrick Roman, Mulren and the Beast. What do you think about tomorrow's test match against the...
Oh, it should be pretty good, you know. We just got to give them a run for the money. Yeah, it should be good.